Yeah, hello?
To accept, press.
Yeah, hello?
Hey, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, Sal Showtime. Yeah, man, I figured that, since we, talking about this topic thing, we might as well get the brothers together in a three-way, and we all just talk about it together to, negotiate this title. So, Brother Josh, you on the other line. Say what's up, Brother Josh.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
What's going on, brother Josh?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, meeting of the minds, brother, meeting of the minds.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
All right, so, yeah, man, Brother Josh, man, go ahead, man. We can start, with you, with your stance. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like I was saying, when Sal first told me that you wanted to have a debate with me, naturally the first thing I did, I didn't know who he was talking about at first because he kept referring to y'all as the Ram, and I never knew y'all under the name of Ram. I only knew y'all under Rebel Alliance Media, and then I was like, duh, that's what that is. I thought eventually Sal came out and said y'all name. Oh yeah, I know what those brothers are. And I seen y'all do videos on YouTube, and I actually like a lot of y'all videos, right? You know what I'm saying? So when he told me y'all wanted to debate me, I was like, that's fine, but he said the topic was, is the Bible authentic, and should we worship God itself? And I was like, okay, that was kind of vague to me. So I asked him to ask y'all, what exactly is y'all stance? Like, what exactly y'all believe? And I went on a page that y'all got, and I was reading all this stuff about how atheism is misinterpreted, and I was reading about how y'all feel about the God of the Bible and about Islam, and y'all don't believe this and y'all don't believe that, and this, that, and other, which is fine. But I never got a concrete statement from this information on what exactly do y'all believe, and why is it do y'all believe that what y'all have is superior to the Bible? You follow what I'm saying? Like, what sources, what documents, like, do y'all come out of, if any? And before I agree to a debate, I want to know exactly where my opponent stands, so I won't misrepresent him or misquote him when I take a shot at his opposing argument. So when you said that you want to do a debate on is the Bible authentic, that's too vague of a topic. That's why I said I want to do that, like the Bible versus whatever it is y'all believe, or the Bible versus a particular topic that y'all believe. And I want to hear some sources or whatever. So that's why I really want to talk to you, just to see what you have to say about that.
Right. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Yeah.
All right, listen. First of all, I want to establish that, Sal Showtime, he initially I wanted to debate GMS or ISUPK. Your brothers can hear me, correct?
Yeah, I hear everything.
All right, good. But what happened was, the brother brought up Brother Josh in Absolute Bible Truth, and I said, I'm willing, if that brother, wants to, see, here's the thing. I want to take out the word debate, and I want to go enter a dialogue. You understand? I want to enter a dialogue with Ram and anybody else. So the word debate is, it is a part of it, but I want it to be a dialogue so we can at least change the frequency, the vibration of it, so, it can be more inviting. You understand? But now to explain to, Brother Josh what we about, you understand? I explained to Sal Showtime that if a person was supposed to really listen to the videos of what we're talking about, like how we encourage people to conduct a thorough examination of comparative religions, going into the mystery religions, a thorough, unbiased, absolute research, unbiased, you understand, researching the good and the bad, you know what I'm saying, a person will come to the realization of what we are, what Ram is. Like what you said, you know what I'm saying, Ram, we are not atheists, you understand, we do acknowledge a higher power, you understand. And what you got to understand is that, we don't subscribe to any one religion, and believe it or not, we don't even believe this. This is not about a belief. You understand? We know that we are our own responsibility. That's what Ram is talking about. Ram is talking about self-responsibility, knowledge of self. The same knowledge of self that was taught back in ancient Egypt and ancient Greece. Not only in ancient Egypt and ancient Greece, but we're talking about other civilizations that predated Egypt and after Egypt, like India and Iraq and other civilizations that taught the natural universal principles. I just got off the phone a while ago off of another blog talk radio show with somebody I don't know in Oklahoma or not Oklahoma, Arkansas, and they were just talking about it just now, and he actually knew about you two. You understand? I don't know if you know him. I don't know his name. I don't know his name either, but I had to explain to him that Rebel Alliance Media, or the Society of the Ram, we deal with the esoteric knowledge, the esoteric sciences, the divine science that was taught back in ancient Egypt. Are we Egyptologists? No, we are not Egyptologists. We refer back to Egypt because that is where it began before. You understand? Before other nations, before that, there were other civilizations. They had, Sumeria. They had, Babylonia. They had, Atlantis. There was Lemuria. There were civilizations before Egypt. But we use Egypt in reference because the global elite uses Egypt. So we only use that for example and for edification. You understand? So the global elite put an all-seeing eye with a pyramid and on a dollar bill. The only place you will understand that if you go back to Egypt and research, that's talking about yourself. That all-seeing eye is talking about realizing the divinity within yourself. But the global elite, they use that knowledge for evil on a material level. When the ancient Greeks and ancient Egyptians, when the hierophants and the adepts of ancient Egypt and Greece taught the natural principles, they taught it on a spiritual plane. They was not teaching it for material gain because they know that all that stuff come to an end. You understand? So if you really want to understand what the Ram is talking about and understand, what Society Ram's talking about, we are initially talking about knowledge of self. All these other religions and groups and all these Hebrew Israelite groups want you to worship an anthropomorphized, personified deity. You understand? They have not conducted a full examination of comparative religions going into the mystery. I'm talking about a full examination. Research something that you have not researched before. Research, like, for example, Zoroastrianism. You understand? Research religions that existed before modern day Christianity. Research the Gnostics, the Essenes. Research the Templars. Research all these other people, and you will realize that Christianity is a plagiarized religion. It's an exoteric, exoteric, exoteric religion. Ram focused on the esoteric, esoter, and we have countless videos explaining this. So I was trying to let Sal Showtime know, the brother, he said that, you didn't want to go in blindsided, but, it shouldn't matter. You understand? Because, initially, we're not, I told Sal Showtime to tell him to let the title be The Bible versus the Bible. So
I told him that. Yeah, I told him that.
You understand? So
right.
So he'll understand that the Bible that Josh is talking about, the brother Josh is talking about, is the exoteric. It's talking about a religious, a modern day religious standpoint. No matter if he calls himself whatever he calls himself now, no matter if Israel of God or whatever they talking about now, that was not that's the Bible's a natural universal principle book. The Bible was put together by Freemasons and Rosicrucians. If you don't believe me, research King James' right hand man, Sir Francis Bacon. Sir Francis Bacon is the one that the what's his name, William Shakespeare is attributed to. When a person researches the person that put together the Bible, the King James 1611, all that artwork that's on the top of every page and book, that is it's called a Baconian headpiece. All that artwork you see in the 1611 that these Hebrews love. You got to read the 1611 King James, the 1611. Yes, sir, you're right. The 1611 that has the same artwork that was created by Sir Francis Bacon to let you know that is his signet. You understand? When a person does the research in the Bible, they realize that there was many books taken out throughout the centuries. Not only around Constantine's era, but before that with Ptolemy I, Serapis Christus, who made himself a god. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to go into the Gnostic scriptures. You got to go into the Essenes. You understand? Yeah, you got to research religions that predate modern day Christianity. You understand? And when a person researches every religion on the face of the planet, if you can say that you have not researched every religion on the face of the planet, then you cannot be cannot have a dialogue on religion. If you can only say you only research about 2-3 religions, but you have not researched, let's say, Zoroastrianism. You have not researched the Osiris religions. You have not researched any esoteric religion. You understand? This is the reason why the global elite.
So a question out there. So what if I tell you that I have researched pretty much all of those things that you threw out there, and I still adhere to the tenets of the Bible?
Well, we would have to dialogue that, debate that, and I can tell you right now, my brother Josh, that if you have researched every religion on the face of the planet, the Bible will not be your one source. You understand?
Well, I didn't say every religion on the face of the planet. I'm saying all the stuff that you were calling out.
Well, all that stuff that I was calling out is only the tip of the iceberg, brother. If you can say.
I agree. I'm saying that nobody in this lifetime will be able to research every single religion on the planet.
Well, guess what? You know what I believe? You know what I believe, brother Josh? I believe that is a mind state. So if a person believes that a person can't.
Different religions, like in remote areas in the Amazon, where people have never even been before, and they got their religious beliefs.
My brother Josh, did not you just bring up the fact just now in your example that there are religions in remote areas? So that must mean that you have knowledge on that religion. So that must mean that it is possible. That must mean that it is possible for a brother to research every religion.
Hold on for a second, brothers. Hold on. Yeah, let's get back to this title thing though, because we need to title.
Right.
You said it like the course to make and everything. All right. So, Brother Marksman, you originally told me you want to, debate Brother Joshua on certain topics, but obviously we're not in accordance to, we're not in agreement to a particular topic. Now.
Well, I agree with the Bible versus the Bible, and I agree. I believe that if you let it remain that Brother Josh versus or Absolute Bible Truth versus the Society of the Ram with the topic the Bible versus the Bible, I believe that your intelligent audience will be able to decipher the difference in what we're trying to explain in opposition to what Brother Josh is talking about. So I would like it to remain the Bible versus the Bible.
I can't endorse that title right there. I think.
Yeah, because you only have one side. You only understand one side of the Bible.
I'm not saying one side of the Bible. I'm cool with you on that. We don't even have to have the word Bible in the title. Let's just put whatever view of what you're saying about the Bible versus whatever view of what I'm saying about the Bible, and make the title be is it this or that.
Okay, so you want to? Let me understand what you're saying. So you would like to because initially, Sal Showtime said that you wanted it to be the Bible versus whatever. So now I'm saying I want it to be the Bible versus the Bible, and that doesn't sound that's not to your liking. So I guess now you would like to me.
No, I didn't say the Bible versus whatever. I said the Bible versus whatever it is y'all believe in, right? About the Bible.
Okay, I would like the title to remain Absolute Bible Truth, which is you guys, versus the Society of the Ram, and with the title being the Bible versus the Bible. I would like it to remain that, and then on that night, you brothers will on it, because see, I gave the example to Sal Showtime that in order, you said that you don't want to debate, you don't want to go on blindsided, but if you read your scriptures, Brother Josh, nowhere in the Bible, according to you guys, the exoteric version of it, according to you guys, Moses didn't learn. He didn't go in blindsided when he went up to the magicians of the Pharaoh. When he threw down his staff, it became a snake just like them, and it ate the snakes. So nowhere in the Bible did it say that Moses had to know in advance what the pharaohs knew. And either Ezekiel, when he had, or I forgot what prophet it was, when he had the wet statue, what is what the wet altar, and fire still came down on top of it.